Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this. This is the Fiat Palio S10 and this car comes courtesy of Varun to me. Straight away we are going to be opening the engine bay, and why don't I practice it before? I have no clue, but this is khul ja bhai. Oh my goodness, it's so freaking heavy. That's why I did not give any fuel efficiency because of the weight of the hood. That is the engine. It says Fiat 16 valve conical air filter for performance. Of course, there's insulation right there which doesn't really work as such, and it says Fiat India. But you know what? Okay, exposed wiring, never mind. This car is the S10. बंद हुआ कि नहीं? हाँ, नहीं बंद हुआ. ये क्यों नहीं बंद हो रहा? नहीं, actually बंद हो गया. That's confusing. Don't confuse me, car. What are you doing? Anyways, this car is limited to just 500 units. Was launched I think in 2001, 2002. This is the S10, which is basically Sachin Tendulkar. Tendulkar's jersey number is 10, and that's why it's known as the Palio S10. We'll talk more about it when we're driving the car, how this came into being. Anyways, it's got Sachin Tendulkar's signature right here. The lights have this nice fogged up feeling at the moment, and this small grille with the old Fiat logo. The new one obviously gets the red treatment, and yeah, there's a fog lamp here with yellow surrounds. And you know what? It looks sportier because it has a side skirt, and of course this canary yellow color looks fantastic. Now the funny thing is, the car which we have in person, or the car which was actually sold, is very different from the car which is there in the brochure. In the brochure car, the wheels were I think 5-spoke units. Here they are 7-spoke. Yeah, the alloy is a 7-spoke. 185, 65, 14 is the size of the tires. Alloy wheel design is not as good as the GTX, which was also available with the 1.6 litre engine. Sachin Tendulkar sign here on the side says 116 valve. That has come off, but it was ulta. Okay, 16 valve was written up and Sachin Tendulkar's signature was below in the brochure, of course. And they made actually a sort of a, मतलब इसको गाड़ के रखा हुआ है अंदर, which was not the case in the brochure model. You see there's a side skirt here. Car looks really nice. It has so many S10 badging. In fact, there's an S10 badging here. There's a rear spoiler which kind of covers the whole rear area, and it says S10 here. I think Sachin Tendulkar's signature is there as well. It says special edition Fiat logo, the old one. Palio written right there. Lights are obviously very old, and like obviously there was no LED in those times, but still this car was absolutely fantastic in the way it drives and also the way it sounds, because it gets a muffler as well. It's a different kind of a muffler for performance. You see, the tires also are different, so they have been changed. With this, I know it is the Goodyear F1 tires. I'm sure about it. Eagle F1. Yeah, I knew it because that looking at the tire pattern, I was so sure about the same. Let's open the boot of the vehicle, and here you see there's no space in the boot because you see a subwoofer, speakers and all that stuff. Yeah, boot carrying capacity was not as poor as it appears right now. We're just going to shut it. By the way, why did I shut it? I had to show you one more thing which is not there in other places. So since this was limited to 500 units now, Fiat actually numbered the car. So here it's written 350 of 500 limited edition S10. That's kind of nice. Okay, moving to the side of the car, here it says S10 again, and oh, don't tell me it doesn't have central locking. Anyways, we are missing quite a few details. Why is it this so on the top? How does it even flow down? I'm not sure. The spoiler will be coming in between. Let's do one thing. Let's unlock the doors. The doors should be unlocked. Okay, doesn't have central locking. That's kind of surprising. Anyways, let me just open the door from here. Yep, door has been opened, and I have to open the hood again. Why, Faisal? Why do you have to open the hood again? Because I forgot to show you another interesting detail. This car actually had red colored headers. Yeah, somehow in the bright sunlight I was not able to notice the same, but I find it so difficult to open the hood of this car. Yeah, red colored headers which are so dirty that red wasn't visible to me at the moment. Let me shut this. Here you can see 16 valve has been written properly. Meanwhile, okay, had sportier seats I believe, but you know what, no headrest, was adjustable at the rear. Center passenger does not even get a head I believe, and the floor is kind of flat. There's good amount of foot room as such. Knee room and leg room is also fine. Under thigh support is not that great. Headroom is just about adequate. There's a handle to hold on to along with a hook, and this is height adjustable, which is kind of cool. Okay, there's no door pocket at the rear. I don't know how Fiat expected us to keep stuff. And you can see the dashboard design. Well, that's quite nice, but certain changes to the S10 model for sure to make it kind of sportier. And there you can see the speakers. In fact, it got a 6-speaker system which was revolutionary in that time. This car is almost 20 years old. You know what? The tweeters and the speakers were actually imported from Brazil, and the door pockets are really very small here. Okay, there's some badging which is I think has come off at the moment. Aluminum pedals, a proper dead pedal. This is for an extra light which has been placed later, and the lights have been removed now, of course. Steering wheel has this leather wrap as well, and once I get inside, let me tell you, listen to this. Build quality is absolutely solid. Silver finishing here, audio system, the old one. Nowadays, obviously, you have different ones. These could be changed as per your wish. Glove box is decent size. There's storage space here, there's storage space here, and a lot of hard plastics everywhere. Auto dimming mirror nahi hai, but you can dim the mirror. That's a revolutionary feature. There's a mirror here. There's no mirror here. It says caution though. And the light does not work, unfortunately. Controls for the wipers, controls for the lights. Steering feels nice to hold. The horn is also nice as such. Okay, power window controls here. This is for central lock. I mean, this is to child lock. And there's storage space here. There's a 12 volt charging socket. Yeah, you can see manual air conditioning, which is kind of confusing at the moment. And these are controls for the air conditioning as well as for the fog lights. And this is for the hazard lights. The angle of the handbrake is quite high as such. And can I adjust the steering wheel? No, Faisal, no, you cannot adjust the steering wheel. So that's a bit of an ergonomic disaster. You can adjust the mirrors from here. And this car is really very sporty. Let's do one thing. Let's start driving. All right, we're all set to go. Let's turn on the car. Oh my God, it has this feel, that Fiat feel. Into first gear and straight away, let's get going. Okay, the handbrake doesn't say it's completely down. Now it is down and off we go, and we're going to take it easy because I'm going to discuss the history of Fiat in India first. Okay, this mirror does not adjust properly. I can't see what's around at all. It only adjusts to a certain extent. So basically Fiat was in India since donkey years in collaboration with Padmani, Premier Automobiles, that is, they got the Padmani and all that stuff, which happened like real long back, and then they took over the Kurla factory, I think, and they came up with the Uno, which was actually being made in collaboration with Premier, and Premier was not able to deliver the car in spite of a huge order list, and then everything went flop, and then Fiat decided to start afresh by forgetting all Uno customers when they launched the Palio in 2001. Okay, it came with a 1.2 litre petrol engine, which was hopeless, and a 1.6 litre petrol engine, which is there in this car, but there's some difference. I'll tell you that in a bit. So basically they launched it in 2 engine options, and that time nobody was even imagining a 1.6 litre engine in a hatchback, and they started comparing this car with, say, the Zen and all those small Chintu entry-level hatchback, although this is a premium hatchback. So that's where the first problem occurred. Initially the car sold well, and then people started to realize that this doesn't give any fuel efficiency whatsoever, and that's when sales started to drop. You know what? Fiat blamed the fuel gauge of the car, saying that it had an issue and it was dropping fuel levels much faster than it should. So they recalibrated the fuel gauge to say that the mileage is not as bad as people think it is, but obviously this car weighs quite a bit. This one particular weighs around 1100 kgs, which was, I mean, still is quite a lot for a hatchback, but then it's built like a tank, and then I think they came up with the Sachin Tendulkar edition in 2002 or something of that sort. The thing is that initial lot of the Palios was so successful that Fiat was like, oh my God, we are doing well, let's sign up the best person we can right now, which happened to be Sachin Tendulkar, and they launched the Palio S10, 500 units, limited to 500 units. The 1.2 litre engine, which was there in the regular Palio, produced around 72 horsepower. It didn't move, but fuel efficiency was decent. It was better than the 1.6. Of course, the 1.6 is a drinker of sorts, and the S10 has the same 1.6 litre engine, which produces 100 horsepower and 137 Newton meters of torque, but it has tuning done to the third and fourth gear ratios for a better mid-range, which obviously compromises the top speed of the car. Top speed is still very good at 175 kilometers per hour, and this is a car which performs beautifully well. I mean, because of the air filter as well as the muffler, it sounds so much better than a regular 1.6 litre Palio. Now the thing is, what Fiat did was they offered the S10 without airbag, a driver airbag, and without ABS, which was offered in the Palio, regular Palio 1.6 GTX SP. SP is, I think, safety pack. The car has a lot of feel, trust me on this. The steering also feels super duper nice. Varun actually bought this car, I think, for around ₹1 lakh, and then he spent another lakh to get it back into shape. That is the level of, what do I say, enthusiasm he has for Fiat cars. Okay, Fiat owners really have to be careful about everything in terms of spare parts and stuff, because Fiat has left India, of course, and that was a pain. You know, the service was a pain, availability of dealership was a pain. That's the reason Fiat actually left India. Now I think the suspension has been tweaked a bit, so it feels a little bit stiffer, but overall ride and handling balance is absolutely fantastic. There's some rattle coming in the car at the moment, but that's fine because it still feels built like a tank. Let's use this thing. You know, the spray comes and you have to separately use the wipers, which is, oh my God, I have to decide the timing on when I want it to stop. Yeah, that's a bit of a bum. Oh my God, this is like a task in itself. Anyways, into first gear, and the car will not stall because it has got a good low end. This is an engine, the more you rev it, the more it rewards you with a linear performance, and turning it is slightly more. Holy cow, what the fluff is this? This engine is absolutely maddening. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 11.5 seconds, making it blisteringly quick. The steering wheel has a good amount of feel. Hydraulic steering, of course. The horn is also so nice. My God, this is such a lovely car to drive. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love the way this performs. Obviously, fuel efficiency is kind of bad. It returns around 8 to 9 kilometers per litre. Has a fuel tank capacity of 47 liters. which is a decent size, much more than any other hatchback. All these other hatchbacks are all like offering 35, 40, 45 at max. This is like 47 liters. I thought for a moment I've stalled the car, but no, this car doesn't get stalled so easily. It is that well put together. I mean, the calibration is fantastic. The clutch is decently weight. The gearbox is slick shifting, a little bit of rubbery feeling in some of the gears, but for the most part, it's an absolute joy to use. Fantastic. You know what? It came with a 1.2 liter petrol engine. It came with a 1.3 liter diesel engine later, which was, I think, when the facelift came, called the Style, which also got a 1.1 liter petrol engine, and then the 1.6 liter petrol engine, which you're driving now, and 1.9 liter diesel engine as well, which was hopeless with 63 horsepower and 120 Newton meters of torque. But that was like the saving grace in terms of fuel efficiency, because the diesel is obviously more frugal. But it was the traditional diesel engine, and Fiat was making engines for others, but did not decide to plonk it in its own car, the multi-jet engine. And later they decided, oh yeah, you know what, Maruti is selling so many cars with our engine, we should also consider this. What, you were sleeping for the moment about? Anyways, the engagement this car offers is just something else. It's so good to drive. It's lovely. It sounds so nice as well. The sound from this motor, wow. And you know what? With this car, Fiat also gave a bat which was autographed by Sachin Tendulkar, along with Sachin Tendulkar's autobiography, which is written by Sachin Tendulkar's brother, I think Ajit Tendulkar, and a Fiat, I mean, an S10, what am I saying? A keychain, a bat keychain actually. I'm getting so confused because they gave so many goodies with this car. I thought I was paying for the goodies and not for the car, which was priced at 6.5 lakh rupees on road at that time. And because there were 500 units on offer, they had to actually get rid of them before the contract got over, because they were not able to sell on time. So last few units were sold at a discount of around 1.5 lakh rupees, around 4.5 lakh rupees. That was amazing. Like a 6.5 lakh car being sold for around 4.5 lakh rupees is crazy deal of the day. Into first gear, we are on a slope, so I'm going to heel and toe, revving the motor, revs all the way to 7,000 RPM. Kilometers per hour, comes up in second gear itself. That is so amazing. Look at it, corner, there's so much grip on offer. It doesn't wheel spin as aggressively. You know why? Because it has great tires with a lot of grip, but it redlines in second gear at 100 kilometers per hour plus, and redlines at above 7,000 RPM. That is the level of performance. What a free revving engine. It is so grunty, it's full of performance and really pulls hard and strong. Look at the way it goes, my goodness. Oh my god, what an engine, what a car, what performance. This engine is so freaking fantastic. It sounds so good thanks to that air filter as well as the end can muffler, because that improves the sound, and then the mid-range in third and fourth is also improved. And wow, it costed 20,000 more than the regular 1.6 GTX XP, which got airbag and the driver side airbag as well as ABS, which was missing in this car. So 20,000 more premium for all these cosmetics and slightly better performance, and obviously a limited edition car. Sachin Tendulkar got the car number 10 out of 500. This is, I think, 350 out of 500. So very unique, very limited edition, very, I would say, iconic in that regard. Only a person who's driven a Fiat knows exactly how a car should drive, and this is an example, prime example of the same. But the engine is raw. It has that sound, it has that feel. You know, it was so fast, nothing even came close. The only car which was faster than this was the Honda. Okay, it's crashing through bumps because the suspension and the springs are gone at the moment. But the only other car which, it's built like a tank actually. Why am I mixing my lines? Okay, the only other car which was faster than this was the Honda City VTEC, which produced 106 horsepower. And it was much lighter. It was 985 kgs. This is like 1075, almost 1100 kgs. So the City VTEC was almost a second faster to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. But this was the second fastest car at that time in the 2000s. And you know what? The fastest hatchback by a mile without having to cut on weight. The Maruti hatchbacks had very less weight, but this, with all that weight, was able to go ahead because there's no replacement for displacement. 1.6 liter of displacement is absolute madness, and you can feel the performance. Oh my god, the sound is just unbelievably good. It is so good, it's unbelievable. In 2002 at the Auto Expo, they showcased the car and then they launched it in March. So February 2002 they showcased it, and March 2002 they launched it. But the car which they showcased and the car which they launched was completely different, which I've already spoken about during the walk around. I only wish that Fiat had, you know what, done better sales and service. Then they would have still been in Indian market, but because they kind of up there, they had to leave. Fuel efficiency would be around 4 to 5 kilometers per liter if you keep redlining it the way I am. but the sound is just unbelievable. Like, they've kind of stiffened stuff up, so that's the reason why it feels a little harsh. But for the most part, I have nothing to complain about the way it drives. It feels like a tank, it drives like a tank, ride quality is nice, handling is amazing, body roll is well contained, steering is nice, brakes are okay. It could be better though because it really flies. This is a car which weighs twice of that one. That is the level of weight it has. Crazy, isn't it? Into first gear. So basically, the sedan version of the Palio happened to be the Sienna, and then later they renamed it to the Petra. Oh my goodness, what a sound! How did they manage to get such an amazing sound? It feels so raw and adulterated. Forget refinement, that doesn't matter. What matters is that feel of driving, which is intact in this car. What a beauty, what a machine. I absolutely love it, but they discontinued it around 2008, 2009 and they replaced it with the Punto in the Indian market, and then they decided to forget all the Palio customers when they came up with the Punto. So that's a trend of Fiat, and then they launched Jeep and they shut Fiat and they forgot all the Fiat customers. So that's how Fiat has worked for the most part. So guys, this is my vlog of the Fiat. Yes, the Palio, the S10. Absolutely fantastic machine, really fun to drive, has that soul, and when you get on the throttle, it puts such a big smile on your face that hunting for spare parts is never as cumbersome as it appears, because you can forgive everything just for the performance and the sound from this motor. The feel, the engagement, all this is just so raw and unadulterated as well. You can pick it up in second, not an issue, because if you pick up it in first now, it becomes so aggressive, it wants to wheel spin all the time. Oh god, that's so orgasmic. F2 is looking at me full of sweat. He's wondering what is happening, why is this person mad, why is he putting us through so much sweat today? Because dude, this is a car which is just next level. I love it. So guys, this is my vlog of the Fiat Palio S10. If you liked it, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. No matter how many times I redline it, it's always going to be less. So I'm going to do it once again, and here we go. Bye-bye. Oh wait, we are coming to a corner. Let me show you how beautiful it is through a corner. Look at the way it goes. It rides so flat. What a machine!